Great morning, beautiful people. A great morning it is. Gonna ask everybody to go ahead and join on in. Share it with your friends. I am Terrell Munger, and we are getting geared up for a sexy cup of coffee. And I am Terrell Munger, the sexiest man alive, but it's not because of what you think it is. It's a formula that I came up with based upon your social level, your education level, your communication level, and it ultimately affects your influence level. And that is what we want. We want influence in our day. We want influence in our workplace. We want influence in our week because it helps us accomplish the things that we are trying to accomplish. So go ahead and share the video if you're jumping on. I see Tanya's jumped in. Miss Beth has jumped in. And it is a beautiful Monday morning. I say that in spite of the fact that we all were hit with the news yesterday that Kobe Bryant passed. And I almost didn't want to do my video this morning because of that. But I thought about it, man. He lived his life with such passion and with such excellence that it motivated me that we should live our life in such a way that it inspires others to live their best life, to live life to the fullest. We should draw from that because we care so much about his passing because he lived, man. He did so many great things, not only in basketball, but afterwards, the family man he became, the other gifts that he found inside of himself, of writing books and producing other things. And so it just inspired me to know that the life you live, the memories you create will be what people take with you and let your legacy live on forever and ever. So just had to take that moment to just honor Kobe Bryant in this moment. But we're going to be jumping in today with our sexy cup of coffee. And our topic today is lessons from the ironing board. I bet you wonder how we're going to get that. Listen, ironing is therapeutic to me. I iron my clothes. I was even at a point I was ironing my kids' clothes. I was ironing my wife's clothes because it was so therapeutic to me to see things that were once wrinkled just smooth out right in front of you instantly. Something that was unwearable becomes something that you're proud to put on. And so ironing is therapeutic for me. And so I was giving so much credit to the ironing board, but I thought there were times that I got a towel and I ironed on the floor. There were times that I ironed on a table. And all you needed was a hard, steady surface. And it worked well as long as the iron was good. It was never about the ironing board. It was about the iron. So no matter how hard or rough your situation is, it's not about the situation. It's about us. We're the iron. And today we're going to allow opportunity for iron to sharpen iron. We are the irons, and we're going to see ourselves that way. And you're going to see why. Because I just believe that, like humans, irons take a minute to warm up, and that's okay. It's not that it's not going to be effective. It just takes a minute to warm up. So anything that you try to do, it may take you a minute to get it. It may take you a minute to understand. It may take you a minute to be effective. Anything that you did for the first time, you struggle with it. When you learned to walk, you had to struggle to learn to walk. When you got your new job, you had to struggle and learn what was going on. It took you a while to warm up. So my advice to you is don't give up on yourself too soon. It may take a minute to warm up, but we're ironing. Iron is sharpening iron this morning. If it take you a minute to warm up, that's okay. And it'll also take people a minute to warm up to you sometime. I know you've seen the situation where people say, oh man, you're nothing like I thought you were. Yeah, because it took you a minute to warm up to me. I may have been different than what you grew up with. I may have been different than what you've been around. And once you get to know me, you warmed up to me and you found out we got along pretty well. So even if you don't like someone off the top, it just take you a minute to warm up to them and take them a minute to warm up to you. But just like the iron, if you let it go through its process of warming up, it can be just as effective. And what else can we get from the iron? The iron is most effective when it's not dry. So I just want to encourage you, don't be the dry person. Don't be the person who's the Debbie Downer. Don't be the person who's always doubting. Don't be the person where people have to speak to you before you speak to them. Don't be dry. It's harder to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish if you go in with a negative attitude and a dry spirit and expect everybody to adjust to you. Man, you be the life of the party. And if it take them a minute to warm up, that's fine. But don't let yourself be dry. And the best way for you to not let yourself be dry, just like the iron, you have to keep it full. You have to keep water in the iron. So you have to keep living water inside yourself. You have to know what inspires you, know what motivates you, know what gives you energy, know what songs give to you and what songs take away from you, know what situations inspire you and know what situations that drain you, because it's your responsibility to keep yourself full. You are responsible for the energy you take into any room. And so we don't know what the outcome will be, but we do know if we're at our best self, if we're at our most fluid, if we're full, we stand a chance of getting the best out of whatever situation that we're in. So we can learn from the iron this morning, stay full, and it'll keep you from being dry, and you might be able to smooth out some rough situations on your own without having to complain about it and talk about how bad it is. Your presence can moisturize it and make it better. Now, something else I learned about the iron that I'm sure everybody's going to understand. As effective as the iron is, when the steam is there, when you're smoothing things out, nothing is worse than an iron that starts leaking. My goodness, I had a white shirt and I was ready to go and I'm ready to iron, and the iron leaked and left a brown spot on my shirt. Man, I throw the whole shirt away. Man, I'm telling you. So don't be the person that leak negativity, that leak gossip, that leak doubt into a situation. If you don't have an answer yet, that's okay. But like your mama used to say when you was growing up, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. Because when an iron starts leaking, it is ineffective. It helps no one. It makes the situation worse. Yeah, it's smoothing stuff out, but it's dropping brown water on everything, making it unbearable. So you may still be effective, you may still be talented, you may still be cute, you may still be fine, but once you start leaking and gossiping and being negative, you are no longer effective in any environment. So guys, that is my lesson to you today. If it take a while to warm up, that's okay. You just have to keep yourself full, and so you don't be the dry person in the room and don't leak all over everybody. And that is my sexy cup of coffee this morning. And you can go to TerrellMunger.com, follow what I'm doing. You can even go and check your sexy score to see how effective you're being in different rooms. And also go check out your corporate entrepreneur. I'm giving away some valuable information that can help you flow in your business, in your job, whatever it is that you're trying to do. I'm just trying to share the information that has blessed me, and maybe you can pull from it and tailor it to whatever you're trying to do, because my desire is for everybody to be effective.